Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 17 of Nourish. So the wave, and I feel the wave is going to start getting slower and smaller over the next few days. We have a week left of Nourish. There's a week off, and then we begin pause in December. 3 weeks of deep, slow, steadying in the in a busy environment, which is like life as it takes off coming up to December. And so today is seated twist. We started doing them yesterday. Really enjoyed them. So if you have a block handy or something to sit on, that'd be great. Or you can roll your yoga mat up. If you feel like you don't need something to sit on because your lower back feels strong, then that's wonderful. So come lie on your back and we shall begin. Come. Land. Nice. And then stretch both legs up towards the ceiling and just feel what is in your legs. Feel your legs this morning. Wiggle your toes, get a sense of how she's doing, how they're doing. Move your feet a bit, but not in a very particular way, but just check out, like, how are my legs? What kind of way do they feel as I just kind of move them in space above me? What's easily available in my legs and what feels a little bit less available? Just map it out. Where feels easy. Then bring your left foot to the floor with your knee bent, and then with your right leg in the air, just check out where is easy for your leg to move to, and see like the hugeness of what your leg can do. Like, where is easy or where is a little bit more challenging? Where is your end of range? So maybe a question might be, what's the biggest circle that you can do? And that might be limited by the space you're in. Or that might be that you just feel the range of what's possible in your hip. And there's a certain clunk that happens as I roll my leg around in a certain part of the circle. I just notice that. For me, it's the down and around is that at 4 o'clock? Around 4 or 5 o'clock if I'm a clock. If top of my head is a 12 and way down is a 6. Nice. And then draw your leg up towards you and just hold on to it and pull it down towards you. Point your toes, flex your foot. And we're just checking out, what is available here. And as you flex your foot, there's going to be a feeling in your leg. And when you point your toes, there's going to be a different feeling. So just feel that. Your nerves are changing, how they are lengthened and then shortened. Nice. Draw a circle with your ankle. And then draw a circle in the other direction. Bend your knee onto your chest and then pull your knee up and arch into your lower back and then flatten your lower back down. So we're doing a pelvic tilt, but our knee is up towards our chest as we do it. So arch and then flatten down. Arch, flatten down. How do you organize this in your body as you arch, as you flatten down? One more time. Arch, flatten down. Bring your foot to your knee and draw your right knee, bring your right foot to your left knee and draw your right knee out to the side, and then try the pelvic tilt here. So as you flatten down and as you arch, I meet all kinds of sensations in the deep of my right buttock. Just feel that. How do you arch? How do you flatten? Arch and flatten. And then how do you draw a circle in the air with your legs? Or if that's too strong for you, then keep your foot on the floor and just rock this shape from side to side. And as you do this, for me, there's like this sense of the weight of my pelvis into the floor feels more than when my knees are just in the air. There's something about the weight of my foot on my knee that Helps me meet the back of my left side of my pelvis in a really juicy, bony, strong way into the floor. And then roll the circle in the other direction. Nice. Rock gently from side to side. I'm going to brace my elbows a little bit more into the floor so I have a sense of an anchor, which are my shoulders and my elbows, as I rock from one side to the other. Nice. Bring your left foot to the floor. Now we're going to lift our hips up off the floor, and your right foot is still resting on your left knee. Bring your bum to the floor. Draw your left knee up towards you. So you're keeping your right foot on your knee, lifting your hips up in the air, and then lift your knee up towards you. What happens in your legs? What happens in your pelvis? What happens in your hips? What happens in your knee? Are you traveling to a distance that feels like wholesomeness for your knee? Nice. One more time. Foot to the floor, lift your hips. Down, draw your knee up towards you. Pause there. So squeeze your knee up towards you as much as you can. You're not using your hands. And just settle in for a moment. So I can feel a kind of a lengthening in the back right buttock. I can feel that there's pressure into my knee, but it feels wholesome for me. So just make sure your pressure into your knee is wholesome. Nice. Last one. Take your right hand, hold on to your right foot, and then bring your right foot up above your knee and lengthen long into the left leg. So we've ended up in one-legged happy baby pose, and the left leg is long. I really like bringing my left hand to the front of my left hip and then sinking the back of my body deeply into the floor and really feeling the weight of the back of my body anchoring me down, really being solid and steady into the floor. Deepen your breath, connect into the full wide breath that you can deepen down into your pelvis. And it's not necessarily big, it's just this sense of filling the full of your belly. Nice. Stretch both legs up towards the ceiling, shake out your legs. Nice. So drop the right foot to the floor and just see what the left leg can do as a circle. So always with me, the left leg is going to do a smaller circle. And I'm not going to force it to do something that doesn't feel like it's wholesome for my leg. So I'm tracking the sensations of the range that's possible. I'm allowing it to express itself how it does. And I'm going, wow, you're doing great. Yeah, you're doing great. And then the other direction. What's the biggest range that your leg can do in the air above you? And notice there's different parts of the range. Again, there's a clunk on this side. There's different parts that engage my abdominal muscles more, that engage my bum more. Nice. Reach up, hold on to your leg, and just pause. Point your toes, flex your foot. Point your toes, flex your foot. Point your toes, flex your foot, and then roll your foot in a circle. As you circle, how is that? What does that change as you circle your foot in the air? And then circle in the other direction. Nice. Bend your knee, squeeze your knee down onto your chest, and then arch into your lower back, and then flatten your lower back down. And just how juicy and connected can the back of your body be into the floor? How does that feel in your body as you flatten down and as you arch? And my knee is being pulled a little bit away from me, but I'm resisting that with my hands. Flattening down and arching. Nice. Bring your left foot to rest on top of the right knee. And then do the pelvic tilt again. So flatten down into your lower back. I had a moment where I was like, what did we do? What did we do? So now I remember. So flatten down, arch. And as I do this, I really feel like I'm mobilizing or connecting into the range of how my left buttock and my left thigh and my left hip are all in relationship to each other. So I'm arching my lower back and then flattening down. Arching and flattening down. Nice. So either rock your knees from side to side, depending on your pelvis, your lower back, or lift your right foot in the air and draw a big circle with your leg and your two legs in this shape in the air. Always you're gauging. You know, for me on this side, my circle is smaller. It's a little bit more wobbly, but I'm celebrating the fact that I'm moving it, that I'm connecting to it, that I'm being present to what is, rather than forcing it in any way outside of its range. And then circle in the other direction. I think for me, noticing that there is a difference is so exciting because in my daily life, I don't really notice. We don't notice our bodies. I don't notice anything during the day, really. But then when I start to move, I'm like, wow, you move really differently. And so it's very exciting to feel and notice and sense my body. Come back to center. Bring your foot to the floor and then brace your elbows into the floor and rock from side to side. There's always that thing where the first side I can just keep creating movements as I go, but the second side I have to remember what I did. So rock your knees from side to side. And my elbows are really strong on the floor, and I was rocking one way and then rocking the other way. One way and then the other way. Nice. From here, push your feet, your right, your hips up, lower down, draw your right knee up towards you. Foot to the floor, lift your hips up, down, knee up towards you, down, hips up, down, knee up towards you, down. Last time, hips up, down, knee up towards you. And just pause there. You're squeezing your right knee up towards you. Oh, that's really just connecting me in a really deep way because we've loosened things out. I've connected. Now I'm like, oh, wow. The deep of my left buttock is really singing its song, telling me about itself. Nice. Take your left hand, reach down, hold on to the left foot. Bring your left foot over your knee and then lengthen long into the right leg. And I'm anchoring deeply with my weight into the back of my body, really feeling that sense of dropping, sinking, deepening. How awesome. Nice. Release. Stretch both legs up towards the ceiling. Shake out your legs. Nice. Both feet to the floor. Bring your arms wide. We're going to do gliders. So drop both knees down to the right and then draw the left knee up towards your right shoulder. And then come back to center. And then both knees towards the left. And then the right knee travels up towards the left shoulder. And then down. So just gliding one side to the other. It's amazing how many of you say that this movement is your favorite movement. That question, what's your potato? So potato in my yoga is what's your favorite side dish of vegetables? And since we're in Ireland, we call it the potato. So many people, sometimes it's, often, really often it's gliders. For some people it's propeller. Some people it's the standing poses. Some people it's pigeon. It really depends on your physiology, what you do in your day, how you hold in your body. Nice. Next time you lift your knee up towards whichever side you're on, drop deeply into your shoulders, flex into the foot on the top, And just connect. What's on the floor, push it into the floor. And what's in the air, let it really be steady and strong. As always, if it feels too deep, then bring your foot to your knee or reverse a little bit backwards. Don't stay in anything that feels too deep. So the two principles of longevity of movement, how to move until you're 90 is, or 100 or whatever, is do no harm. Do nothing today that'll stop you coming back tomorrow. Come all the way back to center. And then the other side. Draw your left knee up towards or the other side, whatever the other side is. So do no harm. Do nothing today that'll stop you practicing tomorrow. Tomorrow's class is more important than any extra effort you put in today. Turning up tomorrow means that you just continue. It's that relentless continuity that is one of the most transformative things. And then come back to center. And then the other is always moving forward. So even if you don't have, come all the way up to sit, if you don't have the 20 minutes to do yoga, then stand in your kitchen and do hula hoop hips, or, like now at the moment, sit on the floor and draw a big circle with your spine, or roll your shoulders, or connect into some kind of movement. Or if you're feeling really tired because you went to Dublin and ran a marathon in the last week, and all you feel like doing is just lying on the floor during your yoga class, then that's also moving forward because you're turning up and connecting to what is. And draw circle with your spine in the other direction. Nice. So seated twists depends on your spine. So if you feel already when you're sitting on the floor that there's a rounding in your back and you find it hard to sit up tall because there's a tightness in your pelvis and your hips, then definitely put something underneath your bum. If you feel like that you can lift your spine, push your pelvis into the floor and sit up really tall with ease, then you don't. But really allow for the fact. So if we're twisting and we're rounded, it's a very different twist in the spine. So do get something to put underneath your bum. You can roll up your mat if you want. You get a block. Okay. So bring your hands to your thighs wherever you are and sit up really tall. Yeah, actually bring your fingertips to the floor, push your fingertips down and feel like your fingertips are scaffolding to help you get taller. And I'm going to pull my rib cage a little bit into my body. So rather than arching my back to lift, I'm getting taller through the back of my body. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Get taller up through the top of your head. So already without doing anything, you're really working right now. So there's that principle I talked about yesterday, which is core tall. When we stand up really tall, our core engages. Nice. And then just turn your head towards the left. Nothing else is moving. Your shoulders aren't moving. And then come back to center. And then turn your head towards the right. So really slowly travel from side to side. You can close your eyes if you wish. And just notice where things start to change in sensation. Where the pull is, where the drag is in your neck. Is one side different from the other side? Is the range different? So there's a difference in sensation, perhaps. There's a difference in the range. Maybe sensations travel down your arms as you do this. Maybe up into your head. So for me, when I turn my head towards the left, I can feel a pulling and like a discomfort in the top part of my shoulder, up where my neck is. And then when I turn my head towards the right, I don't have anything. There's like, the only reason why I can't go any further is that it isn't a good idea for me to be able to turn my head back to front. Come back to center. So hold on to your opposite elbows. We were doing this yesterday on the floor. And then just pull your elbows from side to side. So I'm keeping my head center, but I have this feeling of I'm pulling my upper arm towards the nook underneath my chin. And then lower it down, traveling across the front of your chest a little bit more. So it's lower down. I feel like I'm dropping across the front of my chest as I rock from side to side, and then bring it up in front of your face so that when you bring your arm across, it's going across the front of your mouth kind of area. Same movement. We're just pulling one way, pulling the other way. Nice. Drop your arms down. Just roll your shoulders, big circle. And then roll your shoulders in the other direction. So let's check out our neck again. Sitting up tall, fingers to the floor. Turn your head towards the left. That feels different for me already. There's a softness, there's more ease in that. And then turn your head towards the right. Nice. And come back to center. From here, bring your right foot up, cross it over the top of the left leg. So let your leg do it. We're always trying to engage the bits of us that are moving. Hold on to your left hand onto your right knee. Right arm is forward. Pull your right elbow back into a bow and arrow and then twist towards the right with your chest. So see that, or come back to that layer of getting taller with your spine. Push your hips down, widen your chest. And then from here, really slowly turn your head towards the left. And then really slowly turn your head towards the right. Head towards the left. Head towards the right. Back to center, tuck your chin in, look down. Pause there. Wiggle your eyebrows, wiggle your toes. And then come back to center. Stretch your right leg long. Bring your left foot across the front of your thigh so that your foot is on the outside of the right knee. Hold on to the left knee with your right hand. Left arm is forward. Pull it back into a bow and arrow and then bring your fingers to the floor and then twist your chest and your head towards the left. Get taller. And when I imagine getting taller, suddenly I go, oh, my pelvis. There you go. I start to connect into the floor with my pelvis. Turn your head towards the left. And turn your head towards the right. Head towards the left slowly. Head towards the right. Nice. Come back to center. Drop down. And then, so we're going to whoosh out through our legs. So bring your hands to your thighs and then push down as far as you can forward. And then do it again. So you're pushing down and it's like you're squeezing the toothpaste out of your legs. Whoosh all the way down. And as you do it, have a sense of really reaching and pushing. Do it with just one leg. Reach and push. Reach and push. And then the other leg. Reach and push. Reach and push. Nice. Do it with your arm. Just pull down through your arm. And then pull down through the other arm. Nice. Come to sit tall. Just turn your head towards the left. Ah, that's really changed. My neck feels really different when I turn towards the left now. Turn towards the right. Feels good. Feels the same. Great. So come lie on the floor. Land in onto the floor. Pull your knees up onto your chest perhaps, or lengthen your legs long. And just pause there, breathing into your belly. And just have a sense of this moment in your body. This feeling of now. Without altering it, without expecting it to be anything other than how it is. How do you sense, how do you get a feeling tone, or yeah, how is it? I was thinking last night, we were talking about interioception. Interioception is the sense of just how do you know, if you close your eyes, how do you know you have feet? It's this like, is an isness to it. And so I remember, I'm going to get this joke wrong, but there was two old fish swimming along and they were discussing water. And they were like, oh, water, you know, the seawater and the quality of the seawater. And they were talking about water. And there was two young fish and they were like, what's water? And so there's that thing where like we just take it so for granted that we can feel our feet, that we can feel our hands. And so, yeah, so how do you feel in this moment? Just how do you feel the water of you? You know, it's like fish swimming in water. It just is air around us, the feeling of our bodies. So I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. in here, in this world, in this moment, on this planet. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and yeah, be well. Ciao.